Okay, I want to show you the first part of gluing up the bookcase. It goes fairly quickly because the bookcase glue up does take 2 stages. But as I was getting ready to demonstrate this, I noticed something I want to show you guys. Now, this is a lower dado. Let me try to zoom in here. Okay, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's much shallower here than it is here. And that probably comes from not holding down all the way when you're cutting the dado. So the quick fix for that, I'm going to back out a little bit. The quick fix for that is to set your piece down and clamp it. Get a chisel and a hammer and just give it a few whacks. Right. Now this is a router plane that we keep in the office. It's very versatile. I've got it set to the groove, so I can fairly quickly finish that groove. So that's a real quick way to just even that groove out. Okay, to begin this glue up, I've already put a light glue, a light film on the edges of the bottom. And that's sort of soaked in. I'm going to hit it again, but I just want to seal it up a little bit. I'm going to glue these guys. And as of course, this has been dry fit and verified, and I have all my clamps ready to go. And this is going to be an event that has hopefully no discoveries in it. We've got a nice film of glue in there. I'm going to re-glue the ends. And keep in mind we've already got 1 layer of glue on here. I'm trying very hard to keep glue off the face because that's going to just be something you have to take off later. We want to avoid that. You can see about how much glue we have there, and in the groove as well. Just a nice thin layer. Okay, so to continue the glue up, I'm going to set this side in the face frame. All right. Take my bottom and insert it. And I need to make sure I'm tight here to the face frame and all the way in. Alright? Now I'm going to take my other side and try to pivot it in. This bottom's got a little bow to it, so it's going to be a little trickier. Right, there we go. Press it down. Right. So, I'm tight here. I'm all the way down. That's very important because if you don't do that, you might end up with a gap here or a gap on the inside. All right, so we have glued it, we've inserted it. I'm going to stand it up. and go ahead and put the upper stretchers in. I'm going to glue these on in a second. I'm not doing it right now because my priority is down below. Now these are special pawls that have a notch in them. So that sits up against the face frame. And that notch goes over the lip there. And we have one for each edge. Alright. And once again, we're just checking to make sure everything's nice and tight. I seem to have a little bit of a gap here. So I want to pull that forward. I'm just going to put the piece down, get a nice clamp. There we go. So that's tight, and that's tight there. So put our pawls in place. Two clamps here, one here. It comes in. Another clamp here. So now we're just going to tighten these up. Now the next step, I'm not going to bother demonstrating it, is just to tap these top two stretchers out one at a time and just glue them in like you would anything else with thin film of glue and tap them in. Being careful you don't get any glue on the face frame. The second part of the glue up is actually putting the face frame on. We'll talk about that in the next video.